One drama video to end it off. Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, let me tell you something very sad that happened in the YouTube community. There's a YouTuber by the name of JoCat, and he will be very, very, very missed. I didn't actually cover this in a specific video, even though I talked about it on the podcast a little bit. And I think it's important for me to actually make a video on it because it's actually very sad. So, Loot Goblin Marketplace made a video, "We'll miss you, JoCat," and we will miss you, JoCat. So let's see what this is all about. So for those of you that are unaware, let me fill you in on the drama. JoCat made a video, "I like girls." So let's watch it right now for just a second. It's just 30 seconds long, right? He made this video.
Sad that there's no muscly girls in here. Well, I mean, yeah, but, you know, sure, I like to joke around and talk about how, oh, I'm strong women all the time, but that's not the only girls I like. I like big girls, pretty kitty girls, really witty girls, singing ditty girls. I like the leggy girls with the nice thighs. I like a good chest, no matter what size. I like the belly folds, I like the six packs, really tall queens, and the short stacks. From the mild girls to the wild girls. You got style, girls, make them proud, girls.
So that's the video that he made, all right? It's, all in all, it is history's least intrusive video. It is probably the least controversial video in the history of time. It's a little cringe, maybe, all right? I'm not gonna say that there's zero cringe, but it's the good kind of cringe. Anyone that hates this video hates their own lives so much, and they need to direct their hatred to something. So, look, I made the Twitch's hentai song. Originally, they hated me for it. Now they call me a prophet because I was correct and predicted the future of Twitch. However, he got so much hate on Twitter. People just calling him cringe. And more than that, people calling him, dude, homophobic and all the worst kind of shit in the world just because he made a video about how he likes girls. Now, a lot of people had bad takes saying that, oh, this is just showing you the problem of heterophobia. Dude, it's not heterophobia. It's Twitter harassing people because it's free and easy to harass people on Twitter. That's my hot take. I don't think it's heterophobia as much as it's people on Twitter hate a lot. And that is freaking sad. Man did nothing wrong and was literally bullied off the internet. So we're going to look at this video from the D&D community talking about how they'll miss JoCat because I think that's important. However, from my perspective, someone that hasn't watched a ton of his content, this is so sad. And it's ridiculous that people actually need to hear this. And the people that did harass him feel nothing wrong with this, even though his career is ending because he could not take this level of harassment and doxing and death threats. That, to be honest, I think a lot of YouTubers, me for example, have also had to deal with.
Like we're going to be losing a legend in the D&D content creation space. JoCat made an announcement almost a week ago now that if this is what it takes to be a content creator online, I don't think I'm cut out for it. And then link to his website to talk more in depth about the topic. So he does make mention that he's going to finish his currently ongoing projects, but then made it very clear that he's going to be taking an indefinite break for making content after those conclude. Whenever he dropped a crap guide to D&D, I would stop everything and watch that video.
That's why I wanted to watch this video. It's a video from a fan. I wasn't a fan, I was just kind of like a colleague of JoCat's, but still. Dude, the fact that this happened, the fact that he needs to actually leave content creation because harassment was too much, because he got harassed too much, is so sad. As much as I tell people, just ignore it, and I'm correct, by the way, with that advice. You should just ignore. Dude, it's awful.
Immediately. In fact, when I made my channel, one of the first things one of my friends asked me was, am I going to make content like that? Because it's such an iconic series. And it's such an enjoyable series that I will show someone who's new to D&D that series when they're asking me what kind of S I want to play. And I'll watch it with them because it gives me a laugh every time. The saddest thing about the series was that Wizards of the Coast was not pushing out enough classes so I could get a JoCat video every month about it. I was really shocked.
Imagine being a fan of this guy, and the reason why he left is because he couldn't take the harassment. It's heartbreaking. It is so sad.
And saddened to hear that he's been going through so much in the background because he's such a positive force within the TTRPG community. It was hard for me to understand why he was getting like so much hate in the...
Yeah. And the funny thing is about this, a lot of people don't realize how much hate comes the ways of people that are successful. I'm not saying that you're not successful. I don't really know who you are. Mr. Loot Goblin Marketplace. But that guy has over 1 million subs. When you get to 1 million subs, you will see. You will see how much hate and harassment you get. I'm not cursing you for it. I'm just telling you that realistically that's gonna happen because the internet sucks and because there's no accountability to what people have to say, and there's just gonna be an endless cavalcade and tirade of hate coming anyone's way because the anonymous people that aren't gonna face any sort of criticism for criticizing you are going to get away with it. They have no reason not to. When Dream debunked his pedophile claims, this guy says, "Now Dream, why did you put me and a lot of other smaller accounts in the video, completely uncensored? You know damn well what your community is known for," right? Because he had screenshots of this guy, who called him a pedophile, by the way, in his video. So when he responded to pedophile allegations, he showed the tweet of the guy that called him a pedophile. He thinks this is unacceptable because he knows damn well what his community is known for. If you call him a pedophile, he has every right in the world to respond to you. Like, are you out of your mind? People on Twitter are so used to the concept of not facing repercussions to their actions that the idea of actually needing to face repercussions is so baffling to them. It's mind-blowing to people that, wait a second, I could just say stuff on the internet and actually get repercussions for this harassment that I'm doing? When it comes to JoCat, and this is why it's so sad, these people are never going to face repercussions. I don't know what the repercussions should be, but realistically, it absolutely sucks that people could... That's why I don't take any statement at face value if it's coming from somebody that would take zero accountability if it's proven false. That's why an allegation from a burner account does not hold the same weight as an allegation from a real person. Unfortunately, they are still people at the other end of this computer screen. And you have JoCat, some guy who's just a dude making D&D content, and he got bullied off the internet and harassed by tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. If it's anywhere near the same amount of hate I get on a weekly basis, it's hundreds of thousands of people on Twitter that will never face any repercussions, so they have no reason not to shit on him for being cringe.
Background, but he explains it on his website. So the note reads that, "My name is Joe, and I've been making videos on YouTube for 5 years. I have a combined total of about 200 videos and hundreds of hours of content. On October 6, 2020, I did a live stream of the early access of Baldur's Gate 3. And during character creation, I did a bit where I briefly sing a gender-bent parody of Lizzo's Boys. And apparently this is the video that's been giving him so much hate behind the scenes, which shocked me.
It's not that behind the scenes. You see, even I knew this was going on because I would see on Twitter some guy making fun of this tweet, making fun of the Boys song with, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 likes on it, just shitting on him. But then again, Twitter's not a real place. The issue is a lot of people don't realize that. See, I don't view Twitter as real. When I get the tweets with, 60,000 likes shitting on me for mentioning porn in the first 10 minutes of a video, even though that didn't happen and that one time that they did do that, okay, and my life literally goes on. The end. The issue is, though, a lot of people will see this and they'll be like, wow, these are real people that hate me and that are threatening my life. That's very scary.
Thought of it as a fun-filled parody. He goes on to even say that it seemed to go over well with my audience and all my friends. I typically do these kinds of bits for my live stream sometimes. Running the idea by my friends, who are all very encouraging and supportive of me, I decided it could be a fun project to animate the brief stream moment for my YouTube audience, who may miss out or not be interested in my live streams. And so on April 2nd of the following year, I finished and uploaded my I Like Girls video, and it got a universally positive response from my audience, my peers, and my partner.
True. And for me, I thought it was cute. I didn't think it was literally anything. I remember when it came out because I was like, oh, this is such a cute little animation thing. But again, like my Twitch's hentai song, dude, my audience loved when I made the Twitch's hentai song, even though it was cringe and it was supposed to sound bad, and it did sound bad. But then it grows out of your audience and Twitter has it and they hate. Then YouTube took it down for, I don't know, sexual content. But aside from that...
About a year later, it seemed to have reached outside its target audience, and ever since then, I have seen and received many assumptions about my character, my history, my beliefs, my relationships.
Yeah, well, for my Twitch, I keep using the Twitch's hentai video of an analogy because I think it's just a really apt analogy. It was a little cringe song that I put together that was not supposed to be taken seriously, and it just gets blown up out of Twitter. H-Bomber guy, the guy that dropped the 4-hour plagiarism video, he called me an incel because of that thing. He's like, oh, I can't believe these anime avatar incels are still on YouTube, and I'm just like, bro!
And all of those of my partner, as well as threats of violence to me as well as my family, doxing attempts, and mocking from even people I look up to and respect.
That's the crazy thing, because people that you look up to and respect that don't really know you, their first impression of you is going to be the out-of-context clip on Twitter. And obviously, that's not going to leave a good taste in your mouth, right? So, fun fact, the podcast manager, like the producer guy, the guy that like records the episodes and gets them edited and stuff for our Some Ordinary podcast, his first impression of me was the Twitch's hentai clip going viral on Twitter. And when he heard that Muda invited me and to be with one of the co-hosts for the podcast, he was like, really? The Twitch's hentai guy?
All from a single 30-second video out of 200 other ones. Granted, a lot of this has been primarily on Twitter, where I could simply log off and ignore the haters. But no small amount has leaked into other parts of my regular day-to-day that is harder to ignore. Private DMs over Discord and Twitch, suspicious packages being sent to my family.
Dude, that is insane! Oh my god! Okay, so I got swatted once, which was scary as fuck, okay? Literally the scariest thing that any content creator could go through. That's awful. No matter how much you hate me, it's awful what these people do. And they will suffer no repercussions for any of this.
But I've always kept quiet about it because speaking out about it publicly, defending myself, any reaction to it would just encourage more and be presented as my own fault as well.
You hear that, Vivzy Pop? You hear that, Vivzy Pop?
But if that's the trade-off to do something like share the things I make that I'm proud of on the internet, seeing as I'm writing this, it's probably an indicator that I'm just not cut out for it.
That hurts so much to hear.
And the best thing for everyone would be to stop and pursue something else. Despite being very grateful for what this job has done for me and my family, I'm simply not strong enough to keep doing this if it means having to just accept this kind and amount of distress.
I get it. Ultimately, you don't owe anyone a thing. You gotta do what's best for you and the people closest to you. And if for you, life is better without content creation because the harassment's too much, then that's a valid choice. Even though I'm so sad to lose one of the good ones like this.
Perhaps this makes me weak, but I rarely thought otherwise. And I just want to say, JoCat, I don't think there's anything weak about what you did. You handled this proudly and you handled this privately, and now it's gone to the point where you're evaluating if it's, worth continuing because you want to keep your partners safe. You want to keep your family safe. The truth is,
Luke Goblin guy's so based. He's so real for this.
No one should have to put up with this. Would it be great if we live in a world where these content creators can put something out there that's light and carefree and not have people scrutinize it in the most bad faith ways possible? I'd like to think so, but unfortunately in this reality, we live in a world where once you make yourself somewhat of a public figure by broadcasting your thoughts, people feel like they're entitled to be much ruder than they would if they were in person talking to you like...
Well, it's more than just people feeling entitled to be ruder because you're a public figure. I think that is part of it, but I think the other part of it is if you're in person and you're rude to someone, they could just bitch slap you. Whereas that's not the case here online. Online, you will face no repercussions. You will only get clout. What's the point of Twitter? Tweeting things into the void, hoping stuff goes viral so that people can hear you. You don't even make money off it for the most part. It's just so that you could freaking be heard. People that are so sad with their life that they feel like they need to be heard by the masses and by the public. Like, do you realize how pathetic and sad that is? It's so sad if you really think about it. And these are the type of people that are going to go out there and hate on people because they feel like getting that little bit of clout for free with no repercussions to their actions. Well, why not?
One-on-one. I definitely respect the decision to step away from it. You're not giving up. You're definitely just trying to find another way that works for you and your family. He goes on to say, I never meant to make anyone upset. I only ever just wanted to make things I was passionate about.
Thank God he didn't delete the I Like Girls video. Man should absolutely keep that up till his dying day.
I never intended for this one video to really be all that much deeper than just a thing I wanted to do on a whim because I thought it could be fun. I never planned to have YouTube be my job, but people happened to like what I made, so I thought it would be a good idea to make more of it and use it to pursue projects I've always wanted to make, as well as be the change I wanted to see in YouTube. I was inspired by the channels I watched growing up and the wonderful friends that have encouraged and inspired me to be who I am and make what I want. I still want to make things, but perhaps I should just keep them for myself for the time being.
Dude,
and then he
so sad. Aw, I feel so bad for this man. Every time I see this post, I'm just always like so saddened. Because I see myself in this guy, you know? See, I'm a seasoned internet troll. People shitting on me on the internet, like, dude, I welcome that shit, okay? Go for it. So as a seasoned internet troll, whatever. But like, he never was a troll. He never did anything to step on anyone else's toes. He doesn't deserve this. Like, I believe on the whole, if you dish it out, you have to be willing to take it. So therefore, I need to be willing to take it. Now, for someone anonymous, they're dishing it out, but they're not willing to take it because they have no reputation on the line. If burner account 22 gets taken down, they could just make burner account 23 and nothing changes.
Goes on to explain that he'll be continuing his Let's Play as well as his charity event. But once those are finished, I will take an indefinite break from posting anything online. It's a decision I've considered ever since the first hate wave from about a year or so ago, but wanted to sit on it and see if the feeling would persist. I know now this is the best choice for me. If you took the time to read all of this, thank you. I'm sorry for causing so much trouble. Thank you for watching my videos.
Literally so sad, and like, he handled it so well. Just by the fact that we're talking about it right now, it goes to show how well he handled it.
And there's the end of the letter. I like that JoCat implies that there will be content creation going on for their own personal growth in the background, stuff that I hope to see one day. But the truth is, there are some very bad faith people out there in this world, people who go out of their way to ask you a polarizing question so that they can beat you down if you say the wrong thing. Or if you agree with them, they expect the same treatment on every issue every time along the way. The truth is, JoCat is a content creator in the TTRPG space, and a really good one at that. They shared hilarious stories and animation, always had positive vibes.
Oh my god, dude, Loot Goblin guy over here, he's really talking about this like it's a whole eulogy. Man is ready to put the first mound of earth on his coffin.
In their live streams. And if anyone genuinely believes that they got someone that was bad off the internet by bullying JoCat off the internet, I'm genuinely confused how they can see themselves as the hero in this story.
Hot take, they don't see themselves as the hero in this story. Hot take, they don't care. They're jealous of JoCat's success. They are sad, pathetic existences that don't understand any form of attention from the people that truly matter. So they go through trying to ravage some attention by suckling at the teat of controversy, and that's what happened. No one that harassed him is a hero. It's people trying to get clout. The end.
But I guess like any story in D&D, compelling villains, the one that's delusional enough to actually think that they're the hero of their own story.
Nah. These aren't compelling villains. These are slimes that continue regenerating no matter how many times you kill them.
So congratulations, you bullied the person who made a crap guide to D&D off the internet, and the world is worse off for it. I know this is a little bit
Damn, that hit like a BoJack Horseman reference. Holy shit. JoCat is leaving. And everything is worse now.
A sadder video, but I wanted to shout this out as this creator was someone who personally inspired me a lot. And in their absence, I want to make a better effort to put out good content myself and showcase people who I think are doing a great job, because it doesn't seem like there's enough love going on right now in the
JoCat, you may be gone, but you will never be forgotten. Your legacy will live on every heart that you've touched.
Community. So similar to what I saw in a D&D Shorts video that covered this very well, if you have someone in the community that you really enjoy their work, please show them some love during this holiday season, because the reality is there might be a creator getting a lot more hate behind closed doors than they let on, and they could probably use the positivity right now. I'm going to set this up as a fundraiser.
That's so wholesome. Oh my god. I love this guy. What the hell? This Loot Goblin guy is awesome. What the frick?
It's been a great year having you guys around.
He's so wholesome, this guy. What a based video. All in all, didn't stretch it out to the 8-minute mark. Just freaking covered what he wanted. Check him out. Loot Goblin Marketplace. Guy seems cool. Haters don't kill heroes. They make martyrs. Based quote. Great way to end the stream highlight on YouTube for sure. Actually got canceled for liking women.